We are here with professional psychic medium Erin Renee while she is giving Mike a reading. Mike, this is your first reading with Erin?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
My parents have told me that on at least 3 occasions, when I was a child, sometime between the age of 6 and 9, they were woken up in the middle of the night by my speaking. Very loud, very distinct. My dad one time referred to it as almost giving orders. But definite words, definite tone, definite intonation, but in a language they had never heard and couldn't identify.
That's funny because I just sent Dusty up. Dusty wakes up in the middle of the night and starts shouting orders like a pirate captain. And it scares people half to death. It's funny. Well, and you're thinking, and that's never happened before, that you, or since.
To my knowledge, it never happened, other than my parents telling me they heard it, because they didn't wake me up in the middle of it. Apparently, I stopped and went back to sleep. They never recorded it, and no one I've ever spent the night with has ever said I've done anything like that.
Okay, and this is what I just got that came in. Newsflash. The newsflash is, and I don't know if you believe in past lives or not. In fact, it doesn't matter to me if you believe in them or not. But I can tell you this. Soul remembrance comes through with children very easily, especially when they're during those kinds of ages where they get to remember and get to feel the power that they had as an adult in a past life.
Okay.
And so to come through that, I almost want to think like that language, and I don't even know if you believe in Atlantis, but it's something like along those lines. It's a dead language. I don't even know how Aramaic only survived, what, because of the Dead Sea Scrolls or something like that. So this is what we're going to say, it's along that line, okay? And that you were somebody that was in control of lots of people. And I really don't want to say slave driver. I really don't want to say that.
You can say slave driver.
But that's how the society was at the time, okay? And that was your job. And so in a big, loud, commanding voice in a language that was never heard before by modern-day people, you were giving orders. So, in a sense...
That's why they didn't wake me up.
Yeah, and it's kind of creepy, because when you hear that coming out of your child, you think, oh my God, you know? When Dusty did it, they were laughing so hard at him that, you know, and he sat bolt right up and said, you know, started talking total pirate talk, you know, that we see in movies. And it was funny. You know,
but why is the rum gone?
Why is the rum gone?
But why is the rum gone?
So that is what you were. And I don't want to say it's Egyptian times, maybe somewhere in Mesopotamia, it's somewhere in there, okay? Yeah, it was a slave driver kind of thing. Nowadays that's bad, but back then you had, you know, you were rich.
It was a good job.
It was a good job. You had, you know, 3 ounces and a cut, and you had a job. You know, and that was good, considering everybody else was out in the fields toiling away, trying to make their meals and you know, enough to feed whatever is going on with the hierarchy at the time. So, I want you to go away with that, knowing that, yes, you were a slave driver.
Thank
How does that make you feel?
Fabulous.
Now, do you have any questions at all about anything else? Anything that you've been thinking about, maybe about metaphysical parapsychology, that kind of thing that sort of interests you?
No, but having brought up past lives, I assume different people have different amounts of past lives. I've heard terms old soul, young soul, things like that.
So you want a number. Let's see.
Not necessarily, I just want to know what you see.
You had a big gap in there. The number 13 comes up. 13, you've had 13 lives. This is your 13th life.
So I've had 12 and this is 13?
Yeah, this is 13. Which is cool because, you know, I mean, you're having a good time. You're doing things all right. You know, you're bebopping through everything. And it's not really about a lot of stress for you, really, this time around. It's not, you're actually okay with everything. It's like smooth sailing.
Does that mean I'm almost done?
Yeah, this isn't something you want to keep coming back and doing. It's not like you have this horrible theme, you know, lesson that you have to learn. That's not even a part of what you're doing right now. Right now, you're just enjoying people, and that's good. You're enjoying people, and you're enjoying the experience. And it's not about, because so many people, you know, their themes can be, you know, control issues, or, you know, issues with food, or issues with that. You just sort of okay with all that. You're like, you just float through it. You go with the flow, and that's cool. And mean, I like have a perpetual smile on your face all the time.
Nice.
13 lives, though.
Then if I get to this point, do I still have more to learn in future lives?
Only if you
Okay.
choose to. If you choose to.
You can choose to stop.
Yeah. You don't have to. There's nobody guiding or telling you what you have to do. There's no, judge and jury sitting telling you, hey, Mike, you got to go back down and, be the next Mother Teresa. There's nobody saying that. If you want to come into this life saying, hey, I want to be Mother Teresa, you can do it on a large scale or you can do it on, a small scale, but you're still learning the same lessons because it doesn't matter. The universe doesn't know any difference if it's small or if it's big. So if you want to do those things. Although I do see later on in your life you doing something with, and I see stuff, I don't even know, it's almost like church, but not really like a church. But it's sort of taking care of and teaching people. It's like you're going to study. It's something you haven't done yet. You have not stumbled onto this, what you want to learn about. You're going to get all super fired up, passionate about it, and you're going to make it part of your life, and you're going to go forth, and you're going to teach, and you're going to sort of care for people, sort of like a shepherd and sheep kind of thing. But it's not really a churchy thing. It doesn't have to be. It's almost something that could be like the Boys and Girls Club or something like that. Something that does something for people. Because deep in your heart, you do like to do that, even though you haven't really stumbled onto it yet. Okay? Does it make any sense to you? Does that sound
Sure.
like something you could do?
Sure.
So, and that's what I'm getting. So we can go ahead and stop.
Okay. And that concludes our reading with Erin Renee. If you would like a reading with Erin Renee, please go to www.erinrenee.net. Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks, Mike. Michael.